Hello there, and welcome to The Sleepy Scientist. Tonight we turn our attention toward one of the quietest and most mysterious boundaries in the universe. We drift gently toward the event horizon, a region where motion slows, light stretches, and change happens so gradually that it feels almost still. Before we begin, allow yourself to settle comfortably. Let your shoulders soften, your hands rest naturally, and your breathing slow without effort. There is nothing you need to follow closely, and nothing you need to remember. Whatever the day carried can fade into the background, becoming quieter with each gentle breath. The event horizon is not a place of noise or sudden motion. It is a calm boundary, defined by balance rather than force. From a distance, nothing dramatic appears to happen there. Time moves differently, light lingers. The universe becomes quiet in a way that feels deep and steady. As we continue, we'll explore the most relaxing facts about the event horizon. We'll observe how it forms, how it gently shapes time and space, and how it exists as a natural limit rather than a moment of collapse. These facts are not meant to excite or overwhelm. They are meant to slow your thoughts, ease your attention, and allow your awareness to drift. If you enjoy these calm journeys through the gentle side of science, you're always welcome to subscribe and return whenever you need quiet curiosity or peaceful rest. For now, allow your awareness to settle near this distant boundary, where motion softens and the universe holds still. Let's begin. As an object approaches an event horizon, nothing about the experience appears sudden or violent from a distance. Motion slows gradually, becoming smoother and more drawn out with each passing moment. This gentle slowing is not caused by resistance, but by the way gravity shapes time itself, allowing change to stretch calmly rather than rush forward. The event horizon is not a physical surface or a wall. It is a boundary defined by balance, marking the point where gravity becomes strong enough that light can no longer move outward. Because it has no substance, it does not collide with matter. Instead, it quietly defines where outward paths simply fade away. From far away, light near an event horizon appears to linger. Photons climb slowly against gravity, losing energy as they go. Their colour stretches toward longer wavelengths, becoming softer and dimmer. This gradual fading gives the event horizon a quiet visual presence rather than a sharp edge. Time near an event horizon flows differently than it does elsewhere. To a distant observer, clocks closer to this boundary appear to tick more slowly. This slowing is continuous and smooth, not abrupt. Time itself relaxes, spreading moments further apart, creating a sense of deep calm in the surrounding space. The shape of an event horizon is defined by symmetry rather than chaos. In its simplest form, it remains perfectly round, reflecting the even balance of gravity in all directions. This symmetry contributes to the feeling that the event horizon is stable, settled, and quietly maintained. Nothing special is felt locally at the exact boundary of the event horizon. For an object moving with it, space continues normally, without shock or disturbance. This quiet continuity reminds us that the event horizon is not an event at all, but a natural transition shaped by space-time. The region just outside an event horizon is often remarkably quiet. Matter there tends to move in smooth paths, guided by gravity into calm orbits or gentle spirals. Motion remains orderly, following predictable curves shaped by deep physical balance. Event horizons can exist for immense spans of time without changing noticeably. As long as the surrounding mass remains stable, the boundary stays steady. This long-lasting presence reinforces the idea that event horizons are not moments of destruction, but enduring features of the universe. Information near an event horizon does not vanish suddenly. From a distant perspective, it appears to slow and spread, becoming harder to distinguish rather than abruptly lost. This gradual change allows the boundary to feel more like a quiet fading than a sudden disappearance. The existence of an event horizon reminds us that the universe contains natural limits that are calm rather than forceful. These boundaries arise not from violence, but from balance. They allow space and time to settle into gentle patterns, showing that even the most mysterious regions of the cosmos can be shaped by patience and quiet order. Near an event horizon, space itself becomes gently curved, shaping the paths that objects naturally follow. Rather than pulling sharply inward, this curvature guides motion smoothly, like a slow bend in a wide river. Objects drift along these paths without resistance, creating a sense that movement is being guided rather than forced. The boundary of an event horizon is defined mathematically, not physically. It exists because space-time allows no outward path beyond a certain point. This makes the event horizon feel less like a barrier and more like a quiet rule of the universe, calmly determining which directions remain possible. Light traveling close to an event horizon does not suddenly stop. Instead, it circles, stretches, and slowly loses the ability to escape. This gradual behavior gives the surrounding region a soft, dim glow rather than sharp brightness, reinforcing the sense of calm that defines this boundary. From far away, objects approaching an event horizon appear to slow endlessly, never quite crossing. This effect creates the illusion of stillness, where motion continues but becomes so stretched in time that it feels suspended. The universe seems to pause gently at this boundary. The temperature associated with an event horizon is extremely low, reflecting its quiet nature. Any faint radiation linked to it is subtle and evenly distributed, contributing to a sense of deep stillness rather than activity or heat. The size of an event horizon depends entirely on mass, not on complexity or motion. Larger masses create wider horizons that feel more spacious and less intense. This relationship emphasizes how calmly the universe scales its structures through simple balance. Nothing about an event horizon flickers or pulses. Its properties remain constant as long as the surrounding conditions remain stable. This steadiness allows it to exist as one of the most consistent features in an otherwise changing universe. The region around an event horizon often appears darker not because it absorbs light aggressively, but because light gradually redirects inward. This soft dimming feels natural, as though illumination simply chooses quieter paths. Even extreme gravity near an event horizon follows precise, predictable laws. There is no randomness in how space and time behave there. This predictability adds to the calming sense that the universe remains orderly, even in its most distant regions. Event horizons illustrate how the universe handles limits gently. Rather than dramatic endings, it creates smooth transitions where motion slows, light softens, and time stretches, allowing boundaries to exist quietly within the vast and patient structure of space-time. As one remains near an event horizon, the flow of time continues to stretch gently. Each second becomes longer relative to distant space, not because time breaks, but because it is being shared differently. This gradual stretching creates a calm, extended sense of duration, where moments feel wide and unhurried. The gravity that defines an event horizon does not tug sharply at nearby space. Instead, it shapes space-time smoothly, allowing motion to follow natural curves rather than sudden pulls. Objects respond by drifting along these curves, giving movement a soft, flowing quality. The event horizon does not emit sound or vibration. Space around it remains completely silent, reinforcing its peaceful nature. Without sound waves to carry motion, the surrounding region feels deeply still, allowing only light and gravity to communicate change. Light that travels near an event horizon experiences a gentle loss of energy. Its wavelength stretches gradually, shifting towards softer colors before fading. This process happens smoothly, creating a slow dimming rather than an abrupt disappearance. From a distant perspective, nothing appears to cross the event horizon. Objects simply fade and slow, becoming less distinct over time. This creates the impression of a boundary that holds motion in a prolonged pause rather than a sudden end. The shape of space-time near an event horizon remains consistent and symmetrical. This symmetry ensures that no direction feels more intense than another, contributing to the sense that the boundary is balanced and evenly maintained. Event horizons can remain unchanged for billions of years if their environment stays stable. During this time, they act as quiet landmarks in space, defining regions without altering them abruptly. Their endurance reflects the universe's preference for long-term balance. The faint radiation associated with an event horizon is evenly distributed and extremely subtle. It does not fluctuate or surge, adding to the overall calm of the region rather than disturbing it. The presence of an event horizon gently organizes the motion of nearby matter. Paths become predictable, smooth, and repeated, allowing surrounding space to settle into steady patterns rather than chaotic motion. Through all these effects, the event horizon demonstrates how the universe handles its most extreme conditions with restraint. Instead of sharp edges or sudden endings, it creates slow transitions where time, light, and motion soften and spread, maintaining calm even at the limits of space-time. As objects remain near an event horizon, their motion becomes increasingly gentle from an external viewpoint. Paths curve smoothly, and speeds appear to diminish without stopping entirely. This gradual slowing creates an impression of calm suspension, as if the universe is allowing movement to stretch out rather than conclude. The event horizon does not shift or fluctuate in response to small changes around it. Its position remains stable as long as the surrounding mass stays consistent. This stability allows the region to feel anchored, providing a steady reference point within the vastness of space. The gravity near an event horizon affects all objects equally, regardless of their size or composition. This uniformity reinforces the idea that the boundary is governed by simple, calm principles rather than selective force or complexity. Light near an event horizon may orbit briefly before fading inward. These curved paths unfold smoothly, tracing quiet arcs through space. This gentle circling adds to the region's sense of slow motion and visual softness. The boundary of the event horizon does not accumulate matter in layers or surfaces. Objects do not pile up physically. Instead, they become less visible over time, gradually blending into the darkness without creating disruption. The surrounding space remains orderly, guided by predictable equations rather than randomness. Every motion follows a clear pattern, contributing to an atmosphere of reliability and balance even in such an extreme environment. The event horizon does not require energy to maintain its form. It exists naturally as a result of space-time geometry, reinforcing the idea that some of the universe's most mysterious structures are also its most effortless. Changes near an event horizon happen slowly. Even significant shifts in surrounding matter unfold over extended periods, allowing the region to adapt without sudden transitions or shocks. The calmness of an event horizon makes it an ideal example of how limits can exist without conflict. It marks a boundary without resisting, allowing motion to fade rather than collide. Through its quiet behavior, the event horizon shows that the universe prefers smooth gradients over sharp lines. Even at the edge of escape, space-time chooses patience, balance, and gradual change over force or urgency. Near an event horizon, distances become subtly altered by the way space-time is shaped. What appears short locally can stretch enormously when viewed from afar. This gentle distortion does not create confusion or strain. Instead, it allows space to adapt smoothly, expanding and compressing in ways that remain calm and mathematically precise. The event horizon does not favor any particular direction. No side is stronger or weaker than another. This evenness allows the surrounding region to feel balanced and symmetrical, contributing to the sense that the boundary is quietly maintained rather than actively enforced. Motion. Near an event horizon tends to align into predictable paths. Objects follow smooth trajectories shaped by gravity's steady guidance. There are no sudden turns or erratic movements, only gradual curves that reflect the calm structure of space-time itself. The visual appearance of the region near an event horizon is often described as soft and muted. Light bends gently, shadows deepen gradually, and contrast fades rather than sharpens. This creates a scene that feels dim and peaceful rather than dramatic. An event horizon does not grow or shrink quickly. Any change in its size happens slowly, following the calm accumulation or loss of mass over long periods. This gradual adjustment reinforces the idea that even extreme cosmic boundaries respond to change with patience. The laws of physics near an event horizon remain consistent and reliable. There is no breakdown or chaos at the boundary. Instead, familiar principles continue to apply, simply unfolding in stretched and softened ways that maintain order. From a distance, the region near an event horizon appears increasingly still. Motion slows visually until it feels suspended. This apparent stillness is not absence, but a deep slowing that invites quiet observation rather than urgency. The event horizon does not emit flashes or bursts. Its presence is marked by consistency rather than activity. This steady nature allows it to exist as a calm feature within the universe rather than a source of disturbance. Objects approaching the event horizon gradually lose distinction. Shapes soften, details fade, and motion becomes hard to track. This slow blending creates a peaceful transition rather than a sharp boundary. In all these ways, the event horizon reflects the universe's preference for gentle limits. Even where escape becomes impossible, the transition is calm, ordered, and unhurried, allowing space and time to settle into quiet balance. Near an event horizon, the experience of direction itself becomes gently altered. Paths that once led outwards slowly curve inward, not abruptly, but with a smooth inevitability. This redirection does not feel forceful. It feels like a gradual preference of space-time, calmly guiding motion along routes that feel natural rather than imposed. The event horizon exists quietly within the larger structure of space-time, requiring no active maintenance. It does not pulse, shift, or announce itself. Its presence is the result of balance alone, a calm outcome of mass and geometry aligning over long periods of time. As matter moves closer to an event horizon, any heat or energy it carries spreads out gradually. There is no sudden release. Instead, energy disperses softly, contributing to the overall stillness of the surrounding region rather than interrupting it. Light paths near an event horizon become increasingly curved, tracing wide arcs rather than straight lines. These arcs unfold slowly, giving light a lingering presence that feels almost suspended. This slow bending contributes to the soft, quiet appearance of the region. The event horizon does not create turbulence in space. The surrounding space-time remains smooth, allowing motion to unfold without friction or disturbance. This smoothness is one of the reasons the region feels calm rather than chaotic. Time dilation near an event horizon increases gradually. Each moment stretches gently compared to distant space. This stretching does not break time into fragments. It simply allows moments to become longer, encouraging a sense of extended calm. The boundary of the event horizon does not reflect or repel objects. It quietly defines where outward motion fades. This passive role makes it feel less like an obstacle and more like a natural transition within space-time. The environment near an event horizon often appears visually minimal. With light bending inward and contrast softening, the scene feels simplified. This simplicity reduces visual complexity, reinforcing the sense of quiet and rest. Even though gravity is strong near an event horizon, its effects remain orderly. There is no randomness in how objects move. Everything follows precise paths defined by stable equations, contributing to a feeling of deep reliability. Through all these gentle behaviours, the event horizon demonstrates that the universe's most extreme boundaries are not loud or violent. They are calm limits, shaped by balance and patience, allowing space and time to ease into stillness rather than collide with it. 61 to 70 long 1500 words. Write long as you can each fact. Near an event horizon, the relationship between distance and time becomes increasingly gentle and stretched. Movements that would normally take moments begin to unfold over much longer spans, not because motion is resisted, but because space-time itself is allowing events to spread out calmly. This stretching creates a sense that everything nearby is being given more room to exist without hurry. The gravitational influence of an event horizon does not feel sudden or sharp when experienced locally. Instead, it is smooth and evenly distributed, allowing objects to continue along their paths without jolt or disruption. This smoothness reinforces the idea that even strong gravity can behave in a quiet, orderly way. Light travelling close to an event horizon may follow looping paths, curving softly through space before fading inward. These loops are not chaotic, they are precise and predictable, shaped by the calm geometry of space-time. The resulting patterns feel graceful rather than intense. The boundary of an event horizon does not generate motion on its own, it simply defines what motion is possible. This passive nature makes it feel like a rule gently applied, rather than a force actively imposed, contributing to the overall stillness of the region. As objects approach an event horizon, signals sent outward become increasingly delayed. Each signal takes longer to reach distant space, not because it weakens suddenly, but because time itself is unfolding more slowly. This delay creates a quiet separation rather than a dramatic cutoff. The space surrounding an event horizon often settles into a simple structure. With fewer outward paths available, motion becomes more streamlined, reducing complexity. This simplification gives the region a minimal, almost meditative quality. Temperature variations near an event horizon are subtle and evenly spread. There are no sharp hot or cold regions forming suddenly. Instead, conditions remain steady, allowing the environment to feel thermally calm as well as visually quiet. The event horizon does not disturb the wider universe around it. Farther regions of space continue their normal behavior, unaffected by sudden changes. This separation allows the boundary to exist peacefully without sending ripples of disruption outward. Matter that moves near an event horizon follows paths determined long in advance by gravity and space-time. These paths are smooth and repeatable, creating a sense that motion there is guided gently rather than forced or unpredictable. Through all of these effects, the event horizon continues to show that limits in the universe do not need to be harsh. Even where escape becomes impossible, the transition remains gradual, ordered and calm, allowing space, time and motion to settle quietly into their natural patterns. Near an event horizon, the sense of motion becomes increasingly subtle. From a distant perspective, objects seem to slow into a near stillness, yet locally nothing feels abrupt or strained. This contrast creates a calm visual effect. Emotion gently stretches rather than stopping, allowing change to unfold at a softened pace. The structure of space-time near an event horizon remains remarkably smooth. There are no sudden folds or breaks, only gradual curvature that guides paths inward. This smoothness allows everything nearby to follow predictable routes, reinforcing a feeling of quiet order rather than instability. Light near the event horizon experiences an extended journey. Photons travel along curved paths that lengthen their travel time, making their presence linger. This lingering creates a gentle dimming rather than an immediate absence, adding to the region's subdued appearance. The event horizon does not create a sense of pressure or compression in the surrounding space. Instead, space adjusts gradually, accommodating strong gravity without forcing matter into sudden change. This gentle adjustment helps preserve the calm environment around the boundary. Signals sent from near an event horizon spread outward more slowly over time. Each signal becomes stretched, arriving faintly and later rather than abruptly stopping. This slow communication reinforces the idea that separation occurs gently, not through sharp disconnection. The environment close to an event horizon often feels visually simplified. With light bending inward and fewer outward paths available, the scene becomes minimal. This simplicity reduces complexity and contributes to a sense of quiet focus rather than intensity. The event horizon itself does not fluctuate in response to nearby motion. It remains steady, holding its position calmly as long as surrounding conditions remain stable. This consistency allows the boundary to feel reliable and enduring. The effects of gravity near an event horizon are evenly distributed. There are no sudden spikes or irregularities. Everything responds uniformly, allowing the region to maintain balance and symmetry without disruption. Time near the event horizon continues to stretch smoothly. Each moment expands gently relative to distant space, creating an elongated sense of duration that feels unhurried and calm. Through these gentle qualities, the event horizon reveals that, even at the limits of space-time, the universe favors smooth transitions. Nothing snaps or breaks. Everything slows, softens, and settles, allowing the boundary to exist as a quiet feature rather than a dramatic event. Near an event horizon, the idea of distance becomes quietly redefined. What seems close from one perspective can feel infinitely far from another, not because space is torn or disrupted, but because space-time gently stretches itself. This stretching happens smoothly, allowing distance to become something fluid and calm rather than fixed or abrupt. The flow of time near an event horizon develops a soft, layered quality. Moments do not disappear or fracture. Instead, they unfold more slowly, giving each instant more space to exist. This layered passage of time creates a peaceful sense that nothing is being rushed forward or pulled away too quickly. The paths taken by particles near an event horizon feel carefully guided. Rather than scattering unpredictably, their motion follows quiet curves shaped by gravity's steady presence. This predictable guidance removes any sense of chaos, replacing it with a feeling of gentle direction. The darkness around an event horizon deepens gradually. Light does not vanish suddenly. It fades as its energy stretches, blending smoothly into shadow. This slow dimming creates a visual calm that feels natural, like twilight extending rather than night falling suddenly. The event horizon does not disturb the structure of space beyond its immediate region. Farther away, stars continue their motion undisturbed, and space-time behaves as it always has. This separation allows the boundary to exist quietly without imposing itself on the wider universe. The geometry near an event horizon remains elegant and simple. Despite the extreme conditions, the mathematics describing this region stays orderly and precise. This underlying simplicity contributes to the sense that the universe remains composed even at its most distant limits. Objects near an event horizon experience motion that feels continuous rather than directional. There is no clear sense of rushing inward or outward. Movement becomes about following the shape of space-time itself, creating a slow, flowing experience rather than a dramatic descent. The region surrounding an event horizon often appears visually still because changes happen over such extended timescales. This apparent stillness is not emptiness, but motion stretched so gently that it becomes almost invisible, inviting quiet observation rather than urgency. The boundary of the event horizon does not act like a sudden threshold. There is no sharp moment where conditions abruptly change. Instead, properties of space and time transition gradually, allowing the boundary to feel like a smooth blending rather than a dividing line. Through these qualities, The event horizon continues to reflect the universe's preference for patience. Even where escape becomes impossible, the shift into that state is calm, continuous, and unforced, allowing space and time to ease naturally into their quiet limits. Near an event horizon, the idea of speed itself becomes quietly softened. Objects do not suddenly accelerate or slow in dramatic ways. Instead, their motion adjusts gradually as space-time reshapes the meaning of movement. This gentle adjustment allows everything nearby to move in harmony with the surrounding geometry, creating a sense of calm continuity rather than strain. The silence around an event horizon feels complete because nothing there generates sound. Without an atmosphere to carry vibrations, the region exists in perfect quiet. This absence of sound reinforces the peaceful nature of the boundary, allowing only light and gravity to define what can be sensed from afar. The curvature of space-time near an event horizon remains smooth and continuous. There are no sharp bends or irregular folds. This smooth curvature guides motion patiently, allowing paths to flow naturally inward without sudden deviation, as though space itself prefers gentle guidance. The light near an event horizon often appears frozen from a distance, lingering in place as time stretches. This illusion of stillness creates a tranquil visual effect, where motion feels suspended rather than interrupted. It is a reminder that time itself can slow without stopping. The event horizon does not create pressure waves or disturbances in nearby space. Its presence is quiet and passive, allowing the surrounding environment to remain undisturbed. This calm influence ensures that the boundary exists without announcing itself. Objects approaching an event horizon do not encounter a sudden change in conditions. Temperature, motion, and structure shift gradually, preserving continuity. This gentle transition allows the boundary to feel like a natural extension of space-time rather than an abrupt edge. The mathematics that describe an event horizon remain consistent and stable. Equations do not become chaotic or unpredictable near this boundary. This reliability reflects the universe's ability to remain orderly even under extreme conditions. The region just outside an event horizon often appears visually minimal, with fewer visible features and softened contrast. This simplicity invites quiet observation, allowing the mind to rest rather than engage with complexity. The flow of time near the event horizon continues to slow relative to distant observers, but never halts. Each moment stretches gently, offering a sense of expanded calm where events unfold with patience rather than urgency. Through all these effects, the event horizon reveals itself as a place of quiet transition. It marks a limit not with force, but with softness, allowing space, time, and motion to settle gradually into stillness, reflecting the universe's preference for calm over conflict. Near an event horizon, the concept of direction becomes increasingly gentle and abstract. Paths that once clearly led outward gradually curve inward, not through sudden force, but through a smooth reshaping of space-time. This redirection feels calm and inevitable, as though space itself is quietly guiding motion without urgency. The presence of an event horizon does not disrupt the surrounding fabric of the universe. Far from it, space-time adjusts seamlessly, allowing distant regions to remain unchanged. This quiet coexistence ensures that the boundary remains localized, calm, and contained within its own gentle influence. Light that lingers near an event horizon follows elongated, graceful paths. These paths are not erratic or unstable. They are precise and repeatable, shaped by gravity's steady geometry. The result is a soft visual stillness, where light seems to hover rather than rush. The event horizon does not accumulate energy in bursts or waves. Any energy associated with nearby motion spreads out evenly over time. This gradual dispersion prevents sudden changes, reinforcing the sense that everything near the boundary unfolds patiently. Time near an event horizon takes on a deeply relaxed quality, Events that would normally occur quickly stretch into extended intervals. This slowing does not feel restrictive. Instead, it offers a sense of expanded calm where moments feel wide and unhurried. The gravitational field around an event horizon remains consistent and uniform. There are no sudden spikes or drops in intensity. This smooth distribution allows matter and light to respond predictably, maintaining order and stability in an otherwise extreme region. The visual appearance of space near an event horizon becomes increasingly simplified. Details soften, contrast fades, and complexity reduces. This visual quiet mirrors the physical calm, creating an environment that feels restful rather than intense. Signals attempting to move outward from near an event horizon experience increasing delay. Each signal stretches longer than the last, not because it weakens suddenly, but because time itself is unfolding more slowly. This delay feels like a gentle separation rather than a sharp cutoff. The boundary of the event horizon does not behave like a surface. Nothing reflects or rebounds. Instead, motion simply continues inward along natural paths, making the transition feel smooth and uninterrupted. Through these gentle behaviors, the event horizon demonstrates how the universe handles its limits with grace. Even at the edge of escape, change remains gradual, ordered, and calm, allowing space and time to ease naturally into their quiet boundaries. Near an event horizon, the relationship between presence and absence becomes quietly blurred. Objects do not suddenly disappear or break apart. Instead, their influence stretches thinner and thinner, spreading across time so gently that it feels like a soft fading rather than a loss. This gradual thinning creates a peaceful transition where existence continues without sharp endings. The curvature of space-time in this region feels carefully shaped, as though gravity has learned how to bend space with restraint. There are no jagged distortions or abrupt changes. Every curve is smooth, guiding motion in ways that feel deliberate and calm, allowing the surrounding region to remain stable. Time near an event horizon develops a deep sense of patience. Each moment expands, allowing events to unfold slowly and evenly. This expansion does not interrupt continuity. Instead, it preserves it, giving time more room to exist without pressure. Light traveling near the event horizon becomes increasingly delicate. As its energy stretches, its presence softens rather than vanishes. This slow dimming gives the surrounding space a muted, tranquil appearance, where brightness fades like a distant echo instead of ending abruptly. The event horizon does not demand attention through movement or activity. It remains still, defined by balance alone. This stillness allows it to exist as a quiet feature of space-time, present without asserting itself. The gravitational influence near an event horizon does not fluctuate unpredictably. It remains steady and reliable, shaping motion with consistency. This predictability creates an environment where everything responds calmly without surprise or disturbance. Signals sent from near this boundary continue outward with increasing delay. Each signal arrives later than the last, stretched by time itself. This delay feels like a gentle separation, allowing communication to fade naturally rather than stopping suddenly. The space surrounding an event horizon often feels simplified, stripped of excess motion and complexity. With fewer outward paths available, everything settles into smooth, inward curving trajectories. This simplicity creates a sense of quiet focus and calm order. The mathematics describing an event horizon remain elegant and composed. Even under extreme conditions, equations hold steady, reflecting the universe's preference for clarity and balance over chaos. In all these ways, the event horizon reveals itself not as a dramatic boundary, but as a patient one. It marks a limit through softness, through gradual change, and through calm continuity, allowing space and time to rest gently at the edge of what can be known. Near an event horizon, the experience of motion becomes increasingly smooth and unbroken. Paths that objects follow do not kink or fracture. They curve gently, guided by the quiet geometry of space-time. This smoothness allows movement to feel continuous, as though the universe is encouraging everything nearby to glide rather than rush. The boundary of an event horizon does not generate activity around itself. There are no waves, no pulses, no signals announcing its presence. It exists silently, defined only by the way space and time are arranged. This quiet definition makes it feel more like a natural condition than an active feature. Time close to an event horizon seems to open outward, allowing each instant to stretch and breathe. Events do not compress into sharp moments. Instead, they unfold with patience, giving a sense that the universe is allowing things to take as long as they need. Light near the event horizon often follows elongated paths that trace gentle curves. These paths linger, giving light a presence that feels extended and calm. Rather than flashing or scattering, illumination softens, blending gradually into the surrounding darkness. The gravitational pull associated with an event horizon does not fluctuate or waver. It remains constant and predictable, shaping motion without surprise. This reliability creates an environment where even extreme conditions feel orderly and composed. Objects near the event horizon do not experience sudden changes in structure or integrity. Physical laws remain intact, allowing matter to continue behaving normally as it moves along curved paths. This continuity reinforces the idea that the boundary is not disruptive, but transitional. The surrounding space often feels visually minimal, with fewer distinguishable features as light bends inward. This reduction in detail creates a simplified scene that feels restful, allowing attention to soften rather than sharpen. Signals moving outward from near the event horizon become increasingly delayed, arriving gently and faintly. Each signal stretches longer than the last, creating a gradual quieting rather than an abrupt silence. Communication fades like a distant sound carried away by time. The event horizon does not mark a place where physics fails. Instead, it highlights where familiar rules continue calmly under new conditions. This consistency offers reassurance that the universe remains understandable even at its most distant edges. Through all these qualities, the event horizon demonstrates that limits in the universe are often gentle. They are shaped by patience, by smooth transitions, and by quiet balance, allowing space and time to ease naturally into their deepest, calmest expressions. Near an event horizon, the sense of separation between moments becomes increasingly subtle. Events do not break into before and after in a sharp way. Instead, they seem to overlap gently, with each moment blending into the next. This soft overlap creates a feeling that time is flowing like a slow current rather than ticking forward in steps. The structure of space close to an event horizon remains deeply composed. Even though gravity is strong, space does not wrinkle or tear, it curves smoothly, like a wide arc drawn patiently over an immense distance. This careful curvature allows everything nearby to move without strain or disruption. Light approaching the event horizon gradually loses its urgency. Its forward progress slows, not because it weakens suddenly, but because space-time itself is stretching the journey. This creates a lingering presence, where light seems to hover quietly rather than travel decisively. The event horizon does not impose a sense of direction with force. Instead, it quietly reshapes what directions are available. Motion adjusts naturally, following paths that feel chosen rather than compelled, reinforcing the sense that the boundary exists through permission rather than resistance. The silence around an event horizon feels complete and uninterrupted. With no sound, no vibration, and no sudden activity, the region exists in a state of pure stillness. This absence of noise enhances the calming nature of the boundary, allowing only slow change to be perceived. Time dilation. Near the event horizon does not arrive all at once. It increases gradually, allowing clocks to slow gently rather than stop. This progressive slowing gives time a relaxed quality, where seconds stretch and soften instead of ending abruptly. The presence of an event horizon does not disturb the balance of space far beyond it. Distant stars and galaxies continue their motion unaffected, maintaining the larger calm of the universe. This containment allows the boundary to exist quietly without influencing regions that do not need to change. The visual appearance near an event horizon becomes increasingly understated. Shapes lose sharpness, contrast fades, and complexity dissolves into simplicity. This visual quiet mirrors the physical calm, making the region feel restful rather than overwhelming. The equations that describe behavior near an event horizon remain stable and dependable. They do not fluctuate with conditions or break under intensity. This mathematical steadiness reflects the universe's commitment to order, even at its most mysterious limits. Through all of this, the event horizon continues to express calm through consistency. It does not mark a dramatic end or a violent transition. It exists as a patient boundary, where space, time, and motion gradually settle into stillness, allowing the universe to maintain balance without urgency. Near an event horizon, the experience of change becomes increasingly gentle. Nothing shifts suddenly or without warning. Instead, every adjustment in motion, light, or time unfolds slowly, allowing the surrounding region to feel composed and unhurried. This gradual nature makes the boundary feel calm rather than extreme. The paths followed by objects near an event horizon feel carefully shaped by long-standing balance. Motion does not wander or scatter. It follows smooth curves that have existed for immense periods of time, giving the impression that space-time has already decided where things belong. Light near this boundary often appears to hesitate. It continues moving, yet its progress outward becomes slower and slower. This hesitation is not resistance, but a natural outcome of time stretching gently, allowing light to remain present longer rather than disappearing abruptly. The event horizon does not concentrate activity in one place. There is no build-up, no pressure point, and no focal disturbance. Its influence is evenly distributed, creating a balanced environment where nothing competes for attention or energy. Time near an event horizon develops a deep softness. Moments expand and relax, making it difficult to distinguish where one ends and the next begins. This softness encourages a sense of timelessness, where awareness can drift without needing to track progress. The surrounding space feels visually quieter as features blend together. Sharp lines dissolve into smooth gradients, and motion becomes harder to perceive. This visual simplicity mirrors the physical calm of the region, reducing stimulation and allowing rest. Signals sent from near the event horizon continue outward with increasing delay. Each signal takes longer than the last to arrive, not because it fades suddenly, but because time itself is gently lengthening the journey. This delay feels peaceful rather than isolating. The gravitational presence of the event horizon remains constant and predictable. It does not surge or fluctuate. This consistency allows nearby motion to remain stable, reinforcing the sense that even strong gravity can behave calmly. Objects approaching the boundary do not experience a sudden transition. Conditions change smoothly, preserving continuity in motion and structure. This lack of abruptness makes the event horizon feel like a gradual passage rather than a dividing line. Through all these qualities, the event horizon reveals itself as a place of quiet agreement between space and time. It marks a limit without force, allowing everything near it to slow, soften, and settle naturally into stillness. Near an event horizon, the sense of orientation becomes gently relaxed. Directions that once felt clearly defined begin to lose their urgency, not because space becomes confusing, but because space-time allows motion to flow inward naturally. This softening of direction creates a feeling of surrender to balance rather than control. The movement of matter near the event horizon feels guided by long-established harmony. Objects do not struggle against gravity or resist it. They follow paths that feel already prepared, shaped by space-time over immense periods, allowing motion to feel smooth and unforced. Light near the boundary develops a quiet persistence. Instead of flashing past or vanishing suddenly, it lingers, its journey stretching out calmly. This lingering creates a sense that illumination itself is allowed to rest, becoming part of the stillness rather than escaping it. The event horizon does not alter its character with passing time. It remains steady and consistent, unaffected by short-term changes in its surroundings. This reliability allows the boundary to feel dependable, like a constant presence rather than an evolving threat. The environment close to the event horizon often feels visually subdued. Brightness softens, contrast diminishes, and details blur gently into one another. This muted appearance encourages a restful experience, where the eyes are not drawn to sharp changes or motion. Time near an event horizon becomes deeply patient. Seconds stretch without breaking continuity, allowing experiences to unfold slowly and evenly. This patient flow makes time feel expansive, offering space for calm rather than pressure. The gravitational influence near the event horizon does not create turbulence. Space remains smooth, allowing motion to continue without sudden shifts. This smoothness ensures that even under intense gravity, the surrounding region remains orderly and quiet. Objects approaching the boundary do not encounter a point of resistance. There is no barrier to cross, only a gradual adjustment in what paths remain open. This passive transition reinforces the idea that the event horizon is a rule rather than a wall. Signals moving outward from near the event horizon continue to spread gently, arriving later and fainter each time. This gradual separation feels like a slow fading of connection rather than an abrupt loss. In all these ways, the event horizon maintains its calm character. It allows space, time, and motion to ease naturally into stillness, demonstrating that even at the limits of the universe, balance and patience guide every transition. Near an event horizon, the sense of scale becomes quietly transformed. Distances that once felt measurable begin to stretch in subtle ways, not because space is expanding suddenly, but because space-time allows length itself to relax. This gentle stretching creates an atmosphere where size and distance feel less rigid, encouraging a calm perception of space rather than precision. The motion of objects close to the event horizon feels deeply cooperative with gravity. There is no struggle or resistance. Instead, movement aligns naturally with the curvature of space-time, allowing matter to follow paths that feel smooth and inevitable, as though everything nearby is simply agreeing with the shape of the universe. Light in this region develops a soft persistence. Its path curves patiently, and its outward progress slows without stopping abruptly. This calm behavior allows light to remain present longer, creating a dim, steady glow that feels settled rather than fleeting. The event horizon itself does not age or evolve in a noticeable way. As long as the surrounding conditions remain stable, the boundary holds its form quietly. This timeless quality gives it a sense of permanence, as though it exists outside the usual flow of change. The surrounding space near the event horizon feels simplified, free from unnecessary motion. With fewer available directions for travel, everything follows gentle inward curves. This reduction in complexity creates an environment that feels orderly and restful. Time near the event horizon continues to deepen in its calm. Each moment stretches further, allowing experiences to unfold without urgency. This deepening of time creates a sensation of spaciousness within each second, where nothing feels rushed or compressed. The gravitational influence remains evenly distributed, never spiking or weakening suddenly. This uniformity allows motion to remain predictable and smooth, reinforcing the sense that the region is governed by balance rather than force. Objects nearing the boundary do not experience a sudden change in physical laws. Structure, motion, and continuity remain intact. This preservation of normal behavior makes the transition toward the event horizon feel natural rather than disruptive. Signals sent outward from this region continue their journey slowly, stretched by time itself. Each signal grows fainter and later, not because it is destroyed, but because time gently lengthens the path. This gradual fading feels peaceful, like sound drifting away in distance. Through all of these quiet qualities, the event horizon continues to embody calm limits. It is not a dramatic edge or an ending, but a region where space and time gradually soften, allowing the universe to express its deepest patience and balance. Near an event horizon, the experience of continuity becomes especially gentle. Nothing feels interrupted or broken. Motion, light, and time all flow into one another smoothly, creating the sense that the universe prefers blending over separation. This continuity allows the boundary to exist without feeling like a sudden divide. The paths that objects follow near the event horizon feel deeply settled, as if they have been traced many times before. Each curve in space-time guides motion patiently, removing any sense of urgency or resistance. Movement feels cooperative, shaped quietly by gravity's steady presence. Light in this region develops an almost reflective calm. As it curves and stretches, it appears to pause within space, lingering softly instead of rushing outward. This lingering gives the surrounding darkness a gentle glow rather than sharp contrast. The event horizon does not impose itself on nearby space. It does not push outward or pull inward aggressively. It simply exists as a consequence of balance, allowing surrounding space-time to remain smooth and undisturbed. Time near the event horizon continues to relax in a consistent way. Moments become longer without losing order. This relaxed flow creates a sense that time itself is resting, offering each instant more room to exist fully. The environment close to the event horizon often feels visually quiet because change happens so slowly. Motion is present, but stretched thin across immense spans, making stillness feel dominant. This visual calm invites observation without effort. The gravitational field remains stable and predictable, shaping motion evenly in all directions. There are no sudden changes in intensity, allowing everything nearby to move with confidence and ease, guided by well-established balance. Objects approaching the boundary do not encounter a sudden shift in conditions. Their experience remains continuous, with physical laws behaving consistently. This smooth transition reinforces the idea that the event horizon is a gentle limit, not a disruptive one. Signals traveling outward from near the event horizon continue to fade gradually. Each signal takes longer to arrive, growing quieter and softer over time. This fading feels natural, like distance increasing rather than connection being lost. Through all of this, the event horizon maintains its quiet character. It shows that even where limits exist, the universe chooses calm transitions, allowing space and time to slow, soften, and remain balanced without drama or force. Near an event horizon, the sense of presence becomes quietly expansive. Objects do not feel confined or compressed. Instead, space-time opens gently around them, allowing motion to continue without pressure. This openness creates an atmosphere where even strong gravity feels calm and accommodating rather than restrictive. The motion of matter close to the event horizon unfolds with remarkable smoothness. There are no sharp accelerations or sudden changes in direction. Each path curves gradually, guided by space-time's steady shape, giving movement a flowing, almost graceful quality. Light in this region takes on a softened character. As its energy stretches, its brightness diminishes gently, not abruptly. This slow fading creates a muted illumination that blends naturally with darkness, reinforcing the peaceful visual tone of the boundary. the event horizon does not disrupt the rhythm of the surrounding universe. Beyond its immediate influence, space continues as it always has, with stars and galaxies following their long-established paths. This separation allows the boundary to exist quietly, without disturbing larger cosmic patterns. Time near an event horizon continues to slow in a smooth, continuous way. Each moment stretches longer than the last, yet order is never lost. This calm elongation of time gives the region a timeless quality, where events feel suspended within patience. The geometry of space-time near the boundary remains elegant and stable. Despite extreme conditions, the structure does not become chaotic. This stability reflects the universe's tendency to maintain order, even at its most distant and mysterious edges. Objects approaching the event horizon do not encounter resistance or impact. There is no sensation of crossing a line. Instead, motion continues along natural curves, making the transition feel gradual and uninterrupted. The surrounding space often feels visually simplified. With light bending inward and fewer outward paths available, complexity fades. This reduction in detail creates a restful environment where attention can soften rather than focus sharply. Signals travelling outward from near the event horizon become increasingly delayed, each one stretched by time itself. This delay feels like a gentle distancing rather than a sudden loss, allowing communication to fade naturally. Through these qualities, the event horizon reveals itself as a place of quiet continuity. It marks a limit not with force or drama, but with smooth transitions, steady balance, and a calm acceptance of space-time's deepest structure. Near an event horizon, the sense of motion blends seamlessly with stillness. Objects continue to move, yet their progress becomes so gently extended that movement feels almost like rest. This blending creates an atmosphere where activity and calm coexist, allowing the region to feel balanced rather than extreme. The space surrounding an event horizon feels quietly supportive. Space-time curves in a way that guides motion smoothly without sharp changes or resistance. This supportive geometry allows matter and light to follow natural paths that feel settled and unforced. Light close to the boundary develops a calm persistence. Its journey outwards slows as time stretches, allowing illumination to linger softly rather than vanish. This lingering presence gives the surrounding darkness a gentle depth instead of abrupt emptiness. The event horizon itself remains unchanged by short-term fluctuations nearby. Its form is determined by long-term balance, allowing it to hold steady over immense spans of time. This steadiness contributes to the feeling that the boundary exists outside ordinary change. Time near the event horizon continues to relax evenly. Moments extend without losing their order, creating a smooth, unbroken flow. This relaxed progression allows experiences to unfold without urgency, reinforcing the region's tranquil character. The gravitational influence remains consistent and evenly distributed. There are no sudden increases or decreases in intensity, allowing motion to remain predictable and calm. This uniformity ensures that even powerful gravity behaves with restraint. Objects approaching the event horizon experience no abrupt physical transition. Motion, structure, and continuity remain intact. This smooth passage reinforces the idea that the boundary is defined by geometry rather than impact or collision. The surrounding space often feels visually minimal with softened contrast and reduced detail. This simplicity reduces sensory complexity, making the region feel quiet and restful rather than dramatic. Signals moving outward from near the boundary continue to fade gradually, each stretched by time itself. This fading feels like distance increasing rather than connection ending, allowing separation to occur gently. In all these ways, the event horizon completes its quiet role in the universe. It marks a limit through patience and balance, allowing space and time to slow, soften, and remain calm, reflecting the universe's preference for gentle transitions over sudden change. Near an event horizon, the feeling of continuity becomes deeply reassuring. Motion does not feel interrupted or redirected suddenly. Instead, everything flows onward in a way that feels natural, as if space-time itself is quietly carrying events forward without resistance or urgency. The shape of space around an event horizon encourages smooth paths rather than sharp turns. Objects follow curves that have been shaped over immense periods of time, allowing movement to feel guided and calm as though space already knows where motion should go. Light in this region takes on a gentle patience. Its outward journey becomes longer and softer, allowing illumination to remain present rather than disappearing. This extended presence gives the surrounding darkness a layered depth instead of emptiness. The event horizon does not demand attention through visible activity. There are no flashes, no pulses, and no sudden signals. Its existence is defined entirely by balance, allowing it to remain quiet and unobtrusive within the vast structure of the universe. Time near the event horizon continues to widen gracefully. Moments stretch without losing connection to one another, creating a sense that time is unfolding slowly and evenly, rather than moving forward in sharp steps. The gravitational influence in this region remains smooth and composed. Even though gravity is strong, it does not behave aggressively. It shapes motion gently, ensuring that paths remain stable and predictable rather than chaotic. Objects approaching the boundary do not experience a moment of impact or crossing. There is no sensation of arrival. Instead, conditions change gradually, preserving continuity and allowing the transition to feel seamless rather than abrupt. The surrounding space often feels visually softened, as if details have been gently blurred by time itself. Contrast fades, motion slows, and complexity gives way to simplicity, creating a scene that feels restful and quiet. Signals attempting to move outward continue to do so, but with increasing delay. Each signal arrives later than expected, stretched by time rather than weakened. This delay feels calm, like distance gently increasing rather than communication ending. Through these calm behaviors, the event horizon continues to express the universe's preference for gradual change. Even at its most mysterious boundaries, space and time choose patience, allowing limits to exist without force, noise, or disruption. Near an event horizon, the idea of arrival quietly dissolves. Objects do not reach a sudden destination. Instead, their journey stretches outward in time, allowing motion to continue without a clear endpoint. This absence of arrival creates a calm sense that nothing needs to finish or conclude. The curvature of space-time in this region feels carefully balanced. It does not twist sharply or compress suddenly. Every bend unfolds gradually, allowing paths to remain smooth and continuous. This balance helps preserve a feeling of quiet order, even where gravity is strongest. Light near the event horizon behaves with remarkable restraint. Its energy diminishes slowly, spreading itself thin over time. Rather than flashing or scattering, illumination fades gently, contributing to a muted, peaceful atmosphere around the boundary. The event horizon does not isolate itself from the universe. Instead, it exists in quiet harmony with surrounding space, influencing nearby motion without disturbing distant regions. This contained presence allows the boundary to remain calm and localized. Time near the event horizon becomes deeply even. There are no sudden jumps or irregularities. Moments lengthen smoothly, creating a steady flow that feels relaxed and unpressured. This evenness allows experience to unfold without urgency. The gravitational field remains stable and consistent, guiding motion predictably. Objects respond calmly, following paths that feel familiar and settled. This predictability removes any sense of unpredictability or tension from the region. The visual scene around an event horizon often feels simplified, as if unnecessary detail has gently faded away. With fewer sharp features and slower motion, the environment becomes easier to observe without effort. Objects nearing the boundary do not experience a sharp transition in sensation or structure. Physical laws continue smoothly, reinforcing the sense that the event horizon is a gradual shift in possibility, rather than a dramatic edge. Signals travelling outward from near the event horizon continue to stretch and delay. Each one arrives softer and later, like echoes drifting across vast distances. This fading feels gentle and natural, not abrupt. Through all of these qualities, the event horizon maintains its quiet nature. It exists as a calm limit shaped by balance and patience, allowing space and time to slow gracefully, reminding us that even the universe's deepest boundaries can be peaceful and composed. Near an event horizon, the sense of effort gradually fades away. Objects do not struggle to move or resist gravity. Motion becomes something that simply happens, guided softly by the shape of space-time itself. This effortless movement gives the region a feeling of deep calm where nothing appears strained or forced. The structure of space-time around an event horizon feels quietly supportive. Rather than collapsing or tightening, space curves smoothly, allowing paths to remain continuous and gentle. This supportive curvature helps maintain a peaceful environment even under extreme gravitational conditions. Light in this region behaves with notable softness. As it stretches and loses energy, it does not vanish suddenly. Instead, it lingers, fading gently into darkness. This slow transition creates a visual stillness that feels soothing rather than dramatic. The event horizon does not mark a moment of transformation. There is no sudden change in state or condition. Instead, it represents a gradual shift in what motions remain possible, allowing change to unfold slowly without interruption. Time near the event horizon becomes increasingly spacious. Moments stretch and expand, offering a sense of openness rather than compression. This spaciousness allows experiences to unfold gently, without pressure to move forward. The gravitational influence remains evenly distributed throughout the region. There are no abrupt variations in intensity, allowing motion to stay predictable and smooth. This uniformity reinforces the feeling that the region is governed by balance rather than instability. The environment around an event horizon often feels visually quiet. Details soften, contrast fades, and movement becomes subtle. This reduction in visual complexity allows the scene to feel restful, encouraging observation without focus or effort. Objects approaching the boundary do not experience disruption in their structure. Physical laws continue to apply consistently, preserving continuity and stability. This preservation reinforces the idea that the event horizon is not destructive, but transitional. Signals sent outward from near the event horizon continue to move through space, though increasingly delayed. Each signal stretches gently over time, arriving faintly rather than disappearing. This gradual delay feels calm, like distance growing slowly. Through these gentle characteristics, the event horizon continues to reflect the universe's preference for quiet order. Even at the deepest limits of space-time, change unfolds through patience and balance, allowing everything to settle naturally into stillness. Near an event horizon, the experience of space feels quietly accommodating. Paths open smoothly, guiding motion without resistance or urgency. Nothing presses forward or pulls abruptly inward. Instead, space-time seems to offer a gentle direction, allowing everything nearby to move with ease rather than intention. The behavior of matter close to the event horizon reflects long-term balance rather than momentary force. Objects do not react sharply to their surroundings. They follow steady, predictable trajectories that feel settled, as though the region has already decided how motion should unfold. Light in this area develops a calm persistence. Its progress outward becomes slower and more extended, giving illumination time to linger. This lingering does not create brightness or drama. It creates softness, allowing light to fade gradually into the surrounding darkness. The event horizon itself remains quietly consistent. It does not fluctuate or respond to small disturbances. As long as the overall conditions remain steady, the boundary holds its form gently, reinforcing the sense that it exists through balance rather than activity. Time near the event horizon continues to stretch evenly. Each moment lengthens without breaking continuity, creating a relaxed flow where nothing feels rushed or delayed in a disruptive way. This even stretching gives time a calm, expansive quality. The gravitational field in this region behaves with restraint. Though strong, it remains smooth and evenly distributed, guiding motion without turbulence. This restraint ensures that even under intense gravity, the surrounding space feels composed and orderly. The visual environment around an event horizon often feels simplified and quiet. With fewer sharp details and slower motion, the scene becomes less demanding to observe. This simplicity allows attention to soften naturally without needing focus or interpretation. Objects nearing the boundary do not encounter a sudden shift in experience. There is no clear moment of crossing or arrival. Conditions change gradually, preserving continuity and allowing motion to feel uninterrupted. Signals moving outward from near the event horizon continue their journey patiently. Each signal takes longer to arrive, stretched by time rather than weakened. This gradual delay feels like distance increasing slowly, not like communication ending. Through all of these subtle qualities, the event horizon remains a place of calm agreement between space and time. It marks a limit without conflict, allowing motion, light, and time to slow gently and remain balanced within the universe's quiet structure. Near an event horizon, the sense of change becomes almost ceremonial in its slowness. Nothing shifts abruptly or demands attention. Every adjustment in motion or light unfolds gradually, allowing the surrounding region to feel composed and unhurried, as though the universe is carefully pacing itself. The geometry of space-time around an event horizon feels deeply intentional. Curves are smooth and continuous, never sharp or fractured. This gentle shaping allows objects to move along paths that feel natural and expected, reinforcing the sense that balance has already been established. Light in this region seems to develop a kind of quiet patience. Its journey outward stretches longer and longer, not because it is weakened, but because time itself is expanding around it. This patience gives illumination a lingering presence that softens the surrounding darkness. The event horizon does not interrupt the flow of the universe. It exists as a boundary of possibility rather than a physical obstruction. Motion does not collide with it. Instead, it continues smoothly, guided by space-time's calm rules. Time near the event horizon becomes increasingly generous. Moments expand, offering space for experience to unfold without pressure. This generosity allows time to feel like a wide landscape rather than a narrow path. The gravitational influence remains steady and evenly distributed, never fluctuating suddenly. This consistency allows matter and light to respond predictably, maintaining order and calm even in an extreme environment. The visual appearance of space near the event horizon often feels softened by distance and time. Edges blur, contrast fades, and motion becomes subtle. This visual quiet reduces stimulation, making the region feel restful rather than intense. Objects approaching the boundary continue to experience physical laws smoothly. There is no point where structure fails or motion breaks down. This continuity reinforces the idea that the event horizon is a gradual transition rather than a disruptive edge. Signals traveling outward from near the event horizon continue to arrive, though increasingly delayed. Each signal stretches longer across time, creating a sense of gentle separation rather than abrupt loss. In all these ways, the event horizon embodies calm restraint. It marks a limit through softness and patience, allowing space, time, and motion to ease naturally into stillness, reflecting the universe's preference for balance over force. Near an event horizon, the feeling of progression becomes almost timeless. Events continue to unfold, yet their spacing in time grows wider and wider, creating the sense that the universe is allowing everything to linger. This lingering does not feel stalled. It feels spacious, as though motion itself has been given permission to slow without consequence. The paths followed by matter in this region appear almost rehearsed. Each curve through space-time feels anticipated, shaped by long-standing balance rather than immediate cause. This predictability creates a sense of calm confidence, where motion feels guided and settled instead of reactive. Light close to an event horizon develops a delicate extended presence. As its energy stretches, it does not vanish abruptly. It thins gradually, spreading itself across time. This soft thinning creates a gentle glow that fades slowly, like a memory rather than a signal. The event horizon remains quietly neutral. It does not attract attention through activity or change. Its role is passive, defined entirely by the geometry of space-time. This neutrality allows it to exist without disturbance, reinforcing the calm nature of the boundary. Time near the event horizon feels evenly weighted. Moments do not pile up or compress. Instead, they flow steadily, each one unfolding fully before giving way to the next. This steady rhythm gives time a soothing, almost breathing quality. The gravitational field behaves with remarkable composure. Even under immense strength, it remains smooth and uniform, guiding motion without turbulence. This composure ensures that nearby space feels stable and reliable rather than intense. The surrounding space often feels simplified, as if unnecessary complexity has gently fallen away. With fewer dramatic changes or sharp features, the environment becomes easier to observe without effort, supporting a sense of mental rest. Objects nearing the boundary experience continuity rather than interruption. There is no sudden transition in sensation or structure. Everything remains consistent, reinforcing the idea that the event horizon is not a dramatic threshold, but a gradual shift in possibility. Signals sent outward from near the event horizon continue to travel patiently. Each one arrives later than expected, stretched gently by time rather than weakened. This delayed arrival feels like distance increasing softly, not like connection being severed. Through these subtle qualities, the event horizon continues to express the universe's quiet confidence. Even at its deepest limits, space and time behave with restraint and grace, allowing boundaries to exist as calm transitions rather than dramatic endings. Near an event horizon, the sense of balance becomes especially clear. Forces do not compete or clash. Instead, everything settles into a quiet agreement shaped by space-time's curvature. This balance allows motion to feel resolved, as though the universe has found a comfortable posture and chosen to remain there. The way space curves in this region feels reassuringly consistent. Each curve connects smoothly to the next, forming a continuous landscape rather than a collection of sharp bends. This continuity allows objects to move without surprise, reinforcing the calm, predictable nature of the environment. Light close to the event horizon appears to take its time. Its outward journey becomes elongated, giving illumination a lingering quality. This lingering does not intensify brightness, it softens it, creating a gentle transition between light and darkness that feels restful to observe. The event horizon does not introduce noise or disturbance into surrounding space. There are no ripples announcing its presence. It exists quietly, defined by geometry alone, allowing the wider universe to remain undisturbed and serene. Time near the event horizon adopts a deeply relaxed rhythm. Moments unfold fully before passing on, giving each instant a sense of completeness. This rhythm encourages patience, making the passage of time feel like a slow, steady flow rather than a sequence of demands. The gravitational influence remains calm and evenly spread. Even though it is powerful, it does not surge or fluctuate. This steadiness allows nearby motion to feel grounded and secure, reinforcing the sense that the region is stable rather than extreme. The visual environment near the boundary often appears softened by time itself. Fine details fade, edges blur, and contrast diminishes. This visual quiet creates an atmosphere where observation feels gentle and unforced, inviting rest rather than analysis. Objects approaching the event horizon continue to behave normally, following familiar physical laws. There is no sudden shift in structure or motion. This continuity helps maintain a sense of trust in the universe's consistency, even near its limits. Signals travelling outward from near the event horizon continue their journey slowly. Each signal stretches across time, arriving later and fainter. This gradual fading feels like distance increasing peacefully, rather than communication ending abruptly. In all of these ways, the event horizon demonstrates that limits in the universe need not be harsh or dramatic. They can exist through calm balance, gentle transitions, and steady order, allowing space and time to slow together into a state of quiet harmony. Near an event horizon, the sense of pace becomes deeply unhurried. Nothing feels compelled to move faster or slow abruptly. Motion settles into a gentle rhythm shaped by space-time itself, allowing everything nearby to proceed with a calm consistency that feels almost reassuring. The fabric of space in this region feels carefully maintained. It does not fray or distort suddenly. Each curve blends smoothly into the next, creating a continuous structure that supports motion without resistance. This careful continuity gives the region a feeling of quiet reliability. Light approaching the event horizon seems to grow thoughtful in its movement. Its progress outward stretches across longer spans of time, allowing illumination to remain present without urgency. This extended presence softens the surrounding darkness rather than cutting through it sharply. The event horizon does not alter its surroundings through force. It does not push, pull, or announce itself. Its influence is passive, arising naturally from the shape of space-time, allowing it to exist without disturbance or noise. Time near the event horizon feels generously spaced. Each moment opens outward, offering room to exist fully before yielding to the next. This spaciousness creates a sensation of ease, where time no longer feels like something that must be managed or measured. The gravitational field maintains a steady composure. Despite its strength, it remains smooth and even, guiding motion predictably. This composure ensures that the environment feels ordered and calm rather than intense or unstable. The visual scene near an event horizon often appears subdued, as though excess detail has gently faded away. With softened edges and minimal contrast, the environment becomes restful to observe, encouraging the mind to relax rather than focus sharply. Objects nearing the boundary continue along their paths without encountering resistance or disruption. There is no clear moment of crossing, only a gradual adjustment in what paths remain available. This seamless transition reinforces the sense of continuity. Signals moving outward from near the event horizon continue their journey patiently. Each signal stretches across time, arriving later and quieter, creating a gentle sense of increasing distance rather than sudden separation. Through all of these calm characteristics, the event horizon remains a quiet expression of the universe's balance. It shows that even where limits exist, space and time prefer smooth transitions, steady order, and a deep, unhurried calm. As this quiet journey along the edge of the event horizon begins to settle, there is nothing left to follow and nothing that needs to be understood. The universe can remain vast and mysterious without asking anything from you. Its deep curves of space, its softened flow of time, and its steady balance continue gently on their own. You may notice your thoughts becoming lighter now, less defined, like faint points of light stretching slowly into the distance. This is natural. Just as the event horizon does not rush toward change, the mind does not need to reach conclusions. Everything important has already eased into place. Let your breathing remain slow and unforced. Let your body rest exactly as it is. Imagine yourself drifting within that calm structure of space, supported not by effort but by the same quiet order that shapes stars, gravity, and time itself. Nothing pulls, nothing pushes, everything simply settles. The event horizon reminds us that even the universe's deepest boundaries are not loud or abrupt. They are gentle transitions shaped by patience, balance, and stillness. In that stillness, awareness can soften, wander, or rest completely. Thank you for spending this quiet time with the sleepy scientist. Whenever curiosity feels heavy or the world feels too fast, you're always welcome to return. The universe will still be here, unfolding slowly, just as it always has. For now, allow the calm to remain, let the vastness fade into comfort, and let whatever comes next arrive naturally. Good night.